flying solo today, or actually sailing solo. And to introduce today's video, I'm going to talk about what we had to do to fix the boat. In the last video, we broke the boat. Today, we show you how we fixed the boat. Remember last time we broke the main halyard and we knew we had a lot of bottom problems. We had something called a Catalina smile, which is a pretty term for an ugly crack in the bottom of the boat, which is typical for Catalina sailboats. And we knew that, so we knew we were going to bring it out, and that's why we got it to Ventura. I want to give a lot of applause to the Ventura Boatyard. I've worked in boatyards in Mexico and California. The Ventura Boatyard and the people there were fantastic. So you're going to see how we got the boat out of the water. It goes in to these giant slings that lift it up and put it back. It gives new meaning to the term having your butt in a sling. Anyway, it got out, we did the repairs, we put it back, and you'll see all that and I'll explain that. And then we had to get my son Peter up onto the mast to fix the halyard. So we put all new lines on the boat, got rid of all the old lines, very expensive rope to make the lines in the halyard. So we did all those new things, got it done. Unfortunately, in a future video, we'll tell you what the major thing that we missed on this repair. But have fun, okay? Bye. You can see the bare lead there where all the bad fiberglass had to be taken out. That's the actual molten lead that forms the keel. You see here the many defects in the bottom have been faired in. There's the Catalina smile that has now been filled in like a cavity in a dentist, and all the rest of the defects are filled with structural compound that's epoxy based, and we are almost ready for painting now. A lot more sanding and making sure we didn't miss anything, and we should be ready to go. tightened up.
Turn a little bit to, there you go. Okay, you're good.
What are you doing there, Elliot?
Oh, I'll reinstall the rudder.
You reinstalled the rudder?
Reinstall, put the rudder back up, nice and pretty. We're gonna have to
Nice.
put a final coat of paint on it.
Cool.
And put some new bolts in it.
Just getting the last little bit. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, getting the bottom of the rudder because we had the rudder dropped yesterday, and we'll get the smile, the crack that we fixed.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll get all the leading edges of the rudder and keel right now too with the third coat.
Okay. Looks nice.
Those areas have the most wear,
Yeah.
the most water travel over them, and the highest UV content over the water column.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, where was that Catalina smile, Peter?
right here where I'm painting.
Right there? Okay. And you guys just fixed it, huh?
I fixed it.
That's so awesome. Or you fixed it, I should say. That's so great. Very nice.
What crack?
What crack? So how did you fix it?
I ground all the bad glass out, all the way down to bare keel and metal.
Okay.
Stripped all the bad fiberglass out, and then we didn't do a permanent fix on it. That would require a lot longer being out, but I just used structural filler,
Okay.
filled it back in where the crack was.
Nice.
One day when it gets permanently fixed, you'll have to do a lot more glass work on it to fix it, but it's kind of
Okay.
beyond the scope of the time we have.
Yeah.
Time available.
Yeah. Alrighty. Sounds good.
All right, here we are. We're on the hard deck here. We pulled the cannoli Mia out last week. We knew it needed bottom work, and so, but we didn't know how much. We were afraid that it could take months out here on these stilts. And you can see how they haul it out. They put it on these little brackets that hold it up. And that's how you work on a boat when it's out of the water. Anyway, the bottom, as we'll show pictures of, was in bad shape. It hadn't been bottom painted in a number of years, and it had some issues. But it looks all pretty now. We dropped the rudder. You can see the rudder is nice and pretty now. We did a lot of work on the rudder, but we didn't get it all the way out of the boat. That'll be a job for the next time. As we come around here, you can see it's all nice and pretty black right now with new bottom paint. Just to give you some perspective, for those of you who paint your houses, this bottom paint costs $150 a gallon, and it's not even top of the line. The top of the line bottom paint is twice that. So you can see right here how we mixed it up and rolled it on just like a house paint. But it's got copper in it, so that copper helps prevent algae growth on your bottom, supposedly. But that's why they charge a premium for it. Yeah, who knows whether it works. So, see over here, now we had several problems with the bottom. Mainly, we knew it had blisters, and blisters on the bottom of a boat are just like blisters on the bottom of your foot. It's basically a fluid-filled thing that's a defect. And just like blisters in your skin, you have to let the fluid out. And in your skin, it's easy. It just heals up. On here, we have to basically grind down all the damaged area and then fill it with an epoxy filler, or put new fiberglass on top of it. We just elected to do a filler on this. You can see over here, right down here, this is the keel down here, and there was a big defect right here called a Catalina smile. And it's very common to Catalinas. And my son Peter was able to grind out all the bad fiberglass out of here. And we filled it. This is only a temporary fix. And it'll last us a year. And then we're gonna pull it back out again in a year and see how we did, see if it cracked again or not. But you can see it's all very nice and pretty. bow of the boat. Nice and pretty paint. Here, same thing. And you can see this contraption is how Peter sanded it. It's basically a Home Depot sander attached to a shop vac. So when you sand this copper paint off, obviously it's kind of toxic. You got to be able to suck it all up into a container. You can't just breathe it. So you have to have a respirator on and this to collect the dust. So, but we're very happy with the job we did this week. We're only going to be out of the water for a week because it's not cheap being out of the water. So you don't want to waste days being out of the water. So this baby's going back in the water, and then it's got a nice bottom. We'll have it cleaned every month, which is the proper way to do it. And it should be fantastic for at least the next year. And again, we'll pull it out again next year, take a look at it, and make repairs again. Okay, EJ, checking out. Lazy sea lions. Oh, there's some lazy sea lions. Lazy guys. Just the laziest sea lions ever. Lazy guys. Lazy, yeah.